Welcome back to Keona Games. My name is Will, and today I want to give you my day 2 recap of hunting for Blooming Waters. It's actually been a couple days since day 2, but I just been exhausted and haven't had time to record after day 2 what had happened. So day 2, I was more prepared this time. Instead of trying to get there about an hour early before Costco opened, I decided to get up a little bit earlier this time, gave Costco a call, and found out that one of the stores near me was having them in stock. So I figure about 2 hours early should be plenty of time. I actually was up earlier than trying to get there 2 hours early. I got to that Costco and it was crazier than day 1. So when I got there, I believe I counted to see how many people there were 28 people in front of me. So I was the 29th person. From what some of the people were saying in the line, it was going to be a limit of 10, and I believe they probably had a little over 200 boxes, which I believe is what a full pallet would be. I know on day 1, I believe a lot of the Costco's were only getting a half pallet. So I think there was only maybe 100. My mind was blown that the line was even longer this time. Talked to some of the people in the line. I even asked the people at the first 3 people in line. They said they had been there since 3 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't believe that they were camping out that long, and it was cold. It was freezing temperatures. It was low 30s throughout the night and morning. So I can't believe they camped out all that time. I even asked them if they would be willing just to sell me one. I don't know what they would have sold it at. I was hoping they would have been yes, you can just have one just for my own personal collection. And one guy said he'd think about it, and I was just I'm not gonna wait here for another 2 hours if he was just gonna think about it. So, and also while waiting in line, not too long after I had arrived, I actually met the same guy I had met on day 1. His name is Ray, so if Ray's watching, hello. It just so happened that he was in back of me again. We were in the same positions in the line. So he had called around, and I had also called around before I had decided to go to that first Costco, and I heard that there was another Costco even further up north. So it was another 20-minute drive just to get to that Costco. And I was thinking if this Costco that I'm at right now already has nearly 30 people in it, by the time I get to that next Costco, it would probably be too late. He decided to go there, and after contemplating a few minutes, I decided, you know what, I would really like to get these boxes. I'm gonna just try anyways. Decided to leave as well, headed up to that other Costco, and I got there and the line was long as well. Not as long, but it was still long. Got to the back of the line, didn't see my friend Ray. So I was what the heck? How come he's not here yet? I don't think I was speeding or anything. I was driving the speed limit and I got there faster than he did. He did show up a minute or 2 later, but as I got to the back of the line, there was I don't know if he was a manager or a supervisor or just a regular employee, but he basically told me that I'm the last person that would be able to get the limit of 10. So I was really relieved, but I felt bad for Ray. He, like I said, he eventually did come, and he saw the line. I think he probably heard what the Costco employee had said, or I either told him, and I felt really bad. We were trying to work together. We had been texting, we actually exchanged information. We were texting each other, and I offered to give him if there aren't more than for him to get 10, I offered him half of my like allocation essentially. So we would have both gotten 5. I'm really happy that he actually decided to stay and not go, because he even told me that he was thinking about just leaving after he knew that they wouldn't have enough for him as well. But what the Costco employee didn't take into consideration was I think he counted the amount of people who were in line, and I think there were 19 people in front of me, so I was the 20th person. And it's only if every single person had a Costco membership, and if every single person wanted 10 boxes of the Costco bundles, that I would be like the last person. We later found out that the people in front of us, it was a couple, and they only wanted 5 each. They had planned on, I think they had planned on maybe like opening 1 or something and like reselling the rest. So I think they could only afford 5 each. So the 2 of them would have only wanted 10. So it was really great news for Ray. He was, by the time the doors had opened, there were another 15 to 20 people behind us. And we tried letting those people know, like, hey, they said they only have this many. If everyone in front of us is actually grabbing 10, then there's not going to be enough for you guys.
The 2 5s are off to the side.
Number 20th in line?
Make sure you go. No, there's 10. There's 2 people, 1 5.
But I did get like a short clip, and in the Facebook group that I'm in, someone that was also there but closer to the front of the line, they posted a photo of what it looked like as soon as the doors opened. So this Costco, I think, learned from the other Costcos that may have had it on the first day. They had them all in carts, in 10s. They even had 2 carts that had 5s in it, because the Costco member knew, or the Costco employee knew, that one couple only wanted like 2 5s. But it was not crazy at all. It wasn't like day 1 where it was just like a mad dash. As soon as you scanned your card, people were just like running and like grabbing as many as they could, even though they could only have 10. So it was a positive experience this time. Was able to get the 10. Ray was able to get 10 as well. And even, I think there was another lady that was behind us. It was an older woman. I think she said she was getting it for her grandkids or something. She was able to get 10 as well. And then I think some other people like behind us were able to get like a handful of them as well. So there was a little bit more to go around. People in line were actually really nice. It was like, it made the time go by faster. Just being able to talk to people and like how enthusiastic they were about like Pokemon. Being like a new collector myself, and like collector investor, I didn't have as many stories other than like how I got into Pokemon. Like, I mean, when I was, I wouldn't say a kid, but I was like a teenager, like early teen. Maybe, I don't remember exactly what year Pokemon the cartoon started. I know I was watching cartoons into my teens, so I did watch a lot of like the first generation Pokemon. But in 1999, as a junior in high school, I do remember buying Pokemon cards at a local Wizards of the Coast. So I told them about that, and I had some of like the holos from them. Like, I have a bunch of Charizards, and I'll probably show you guys like my old collection from back then. The cards aren't in the best condition just because I didn't think that they would go up in value as much as they did, and I just didn't store them in the best way. But yeah, was able to get my 10. That was amazing. I was super happy that I was able to get some, and actually decided to make the trip. Took a chance and not chance that guy selling me one. Later on that night, there was another location that I found that actually had them in stock, but they were only, at that point, they were only limiting each customer to get 2. They actually had it behind a register, and you wouldn't even know the cards were, or those Pokemon bundles were there unless you probably called ahead of time, or you asked like an employee, like, are you guys like carrying these? But because I called, when I had called, it was maybe an hour before they were about to close, and I was told they had about 50 left, and they put them out about like 30 to 60 minutes ago. So by that gauge, I, calculated like, okay, there's maybe like, even at the worst, they were selling like 50 of them every hour or so. As long as I can get there before they close, I should be able to get 2. It was a bit of a longer drive. It was maybe like an hour round trip for me to go there and come back. But I did make it. I was able to get 2. By the time I got there, there were only maybe like 20 left. So that was my day 2, I guess, Pokemon finds. I knew day 3, a lot of other stores were probably going to be getting more allocations, or they would be releasing more of them, because some of the stores that had only released their like 100, I'm assuming they were like probably either slowly releasing their entire palette, or they might have had 2 palettes and they were gonna like maybe spread it out throughout the week. Prismatic Evolutions was also going to be like releasing as well. So I figured with the craze of Prismatic Evolutions and the Blooming Waters 151 being released at Costco, people are probably going to be trying to get the Prismatic Evolutions. So a lot of like local card stores are all going to have like long lines, or the Targets, the Best Buys, the GameStops, the Walmarts, or all the like the big box stores that were going to be carrying Prismatic would probably have like longer lines. So I was trying to like strategize the night before, like what I was gonna do and how I was gonna like tackle it. But yeah, that was day 2. Stay tuned for day 3's video.